Okay, welcome to Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. I hope everybody is doing well. If you're here, click on like, write a comment. I know this is our new channel we've been using Facebook Live, and we've started using the YouTube. This is the first time we're using the YouTube Live with all of you viewers watching me. So if you're here, click on like, click on share. Make sure you write a comment so that I know that you guys are here. Let me just check something. I'm just trying to figure out some things. So kindly let me know if you guys are here, so that way I know that you guys are with me. Okay? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. So let me know you're here. Click on like, click on share, so that way I know you guys are here. I just want to look at something to make sure that we are live right now. Okay. I'm just trying to notify our Facebook viewers, because some of them think that we're still on Facebook. So that's why I'm trying to write this. Okay, let's see. And I hope you all are doing well. It's Friday today, and happy weekend. So let's see. All right. Just trying to put an update out there, so that way, because I see that some people are writing asking me if I'm on Facebook right now live. They're not viewing me on Facebook. We did send out a notification saying that it will be on YouTube. Because of all the technical difficulties we've been having on Facebook, was why we decided to push it into YouTube. So make sure you guys come over here and watch with me. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is working fine. Like I said, it's a new app, so bear with me. And I'm just trying to figure it out to make sure that I can see some people watching. If you can write a comment, let me know you're here. That would be great. If you can like, share it, so that way I know you guys are here. That will be great. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to come in, so that way we can start the program. As you all know, we usually would say things about true life story, and you viewers would be here to say what we need to do about that. So let's just listen to a little bit of music while I see some few people come in. Okay?
More music at vistanaja.com.
So,
I don't want like anything for this life. I don't want like anything. I want to like this.
all right. Eh. Eh. You sending me live my life. Yeah. People they catch for Instagram. Yeah. People they catch for Instagram. Yeah. All right. So let me know if you guys are here so we can start the program. I'm still trying to look and see if I'll see comments and the likes and all that. I know we've always been on Facebook. So today is the first day we are doing the live on YouTube. Eh? 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 All right. So I'm going to stop the music now and just have a look and see if I have some viewers here, so that way we can start the program. And let me just see. I'm just looking into the computer from here to just have a view of what's going on. All right. Let's see. All right. So welcome to Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. As you all know, this is a true life story that we tell here. And I'm just trying to look and see if I see some of you, so that way we can start the program. So this is a true life story that we share here at Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. We do have a support group on Facebook where people say their story. Some people don't want to say, own their story, which is fine. Some people come up and own their story. That's perfectly fine too. Whatever their comfort zone is what we do work with. So people send their story just so that people will be aware of what's happening, because a lot of people have been told not to say what happened to them. People have been going through abuse, people have been manipulated, people have been cheated. And they've been quiet about it, and a lot of times the victims are being victimized. So we want to start talking, we want to start letting people know what's happening, so that people can start being more careful, because a lot of things are going on that I and you don't know. So welcome again to Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. To my Muslim viewers, I say Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of the Almighty Allah be upon all of you. So, today we're going to be talking about a narcissist. The title of the show says that the hypocrite, the coded narcissist and hypocrite fake Alfa in America. So, This is a very, very crazy story that we're not going to finish in one day. However, we'll have episodes on that because people need to know the real story about what happened. Because a lot of people are speculating things that never happened. So the owner of the story wants everyone to know what happened. Not because she cares, but because she wants people to be careful and know that a lot of times people pretend to be what they are not. So people need to start being more careful. We have this guy. He is a Nigerian to begin with. All the people in this case were Nigerians. So unfortunately, this guy, he came to America. Probably let's just leave what year he came to America out of it. However, he came to America, he did not have papers to be here. So what did he result into doing? He started using women because he wanted to make sure that he gets his green card right away. Remember we talked about, if you go back to my YouTube channel, there is a topic about hypocrite imam. That is part of the story. There is another story about two clowns, I believe. Two clowns or something like that, I believe. It's part of the story. So that's why I said it's a long story that we might not ever finish in 2-3 episodes. So I will be letting you know as we do, bring over the episodes. So like I was saying, he did not have a green card. Green card is a state paper that you're required to have when you're here in America. So he came in from Nigeria. He came in from Lagos, to be precise. Lagos, Nigeria. Few years back. Mind you, he was married to another person in Nigeria. However, before he came in from Nigeria, his wife moved to UK because they were looking for greener pasture. So the wife left her child, who was, I believe, maybe few months, maybe 3 months or 6 months, I can't recall. But I believe the child was really young. I think it was either 3 months or 6 months. She left the child with her mother-in-law, of which he was not happy about it because he was like, I did tell her that, she should go to UK. However, when things did not work, I told her to come back, but she refused to come. We'll get there. I'm just trying to tell you a little bit of how they were in Nigeria before they absconded. That's the word I want to use, to America. So, like I was saying, he was married to this girl who happened to be a Muslim in London. However, he was in Nigeria looking for how to get to America. So he had a friend who was in the computer IT business, who was already here, who advised him that, hey, just come over to US. That when you come over to US, you can do your IT job here. Because he was like, how am I going to survive when I come there? He's like, oh, you're going to do your IT. You have your IT background, so you're going to use that to teach people and you can have a job and things like that. So that was how he got into America. He got into America, came in as a visitor. You know how you go to the embassy and get your visas. He did not tell them he intended to stay. So immediately he got here, he connected with other Nigerians who happened to be, people from his mosque too. After he connected with them, they hooked him up with another Akata. Akata was like over 10 years older than him. Akika, we'll get there. He got married to Akata. Akata is African American. Not knowing that African American, madam, she never divorced the man where she married before. Omaye, she married him. So when they got to the court, I can see that some of you are here, so that's why I'm just looking on the side, because like I said, this is a new app. So welcome to the program. I'm greeting you. I'm using my Okpa today because you know, I'm missing my home, so I'm trying to be royal today, right? And show you that yes, we are royalty and we need to start representing who we are. So I be a king became, so I have to act like a queen, right? I don't like to say princess. So going back to the story, welcome to Sharing Life Issues, Her Excellency Haji Ami. I see that you're here. So I'm just trying to greet all of you that come in. You can click on like, you can click on share, so that way I know you're here. So as I was saying, he came in here. They got to Akata's whatever. It got to the point where the court told them that Akata is still married. Why are you guys here to get married? You know, America, you cannot get married to two people at the same time. So, mind you, this guy was living in Massachusetts. He had to move to, well, he did not move. He was going back and forth to Florida. So, he went to Florida because the person that connected him, they have other people here, about 5 of them. They use the same family members that they are using to do paper. So inside all of them, it's like bunch of friends, female and male, all of them, they use one family and friends to do, you know, paper. So this guy had to go to Florida. And when they were there, they did tell them that they have to go file for divorce for Akata. So they filed for divorce for Akata with her previous husband, because previous husband ran away. So he did not even divorce her. He just left her there like that. And Akata does not want to use her own money to go and divorce him. So she kept living her life. Waiting concern Black, African, American. She go just they do her thing. They go. So this guy was here in Massachusetts. All the time that he was here in Massachusetts, he would travel to Florida and go and service Akata. However, he was here with other women. But do you know what kind of women he chose to be around? Married women. So he had married women from his place of worship that he was servicing. One of them almost caused a problem with him and, you know, their congregation. But he escaped it during that time because he told them, oh, they were lying against him. He didn't do anything. That woman was married. She had one child, a boy. Should I say their name? So she had one child as at that time. She was a young girl, but she was married. Married to somebody he knew. But he was sleeping with her. And told her that they should make it a secret. At the end of the day, that one's husband left her. Because of all the drama that I told you that happened with them. They denied everything, that he was never involved with her and things like that. But her husband left her. I heard the husband got married to another person, brought another person in, you know, from Nigeria or something like that. So this guy told her they had to make it coded. You have to keep it a secret, that you don't tell anyone that we're going out. But he was servicing her. When I say servicing her, he was having sex with her. He was sleeping with her. You know, women get connected once you start sleeping with somebody sometimes. Well, not all of them. Some people are dogs, so they can sleep with the whole generation and not have feelings. But as story would have it, this girl unfortunately started having feelings. And since she's already single, she was like, hey, she started telling people that, you know, he's going out with her. And then he wanted to escape from her. He now told her that his wife was coming from London, that he has a child in Nigeria, one child in Nigeria who is a boy, and he has one child in UK with his wife. He said he divorced her, but they found out he was just lying. It was a planned work. So he would then, the wife that was in London, he told this girlfriend, or what would I call her, side chick, that the wife was coming, because at that point he didn't want other people to know that he was going out with her, so he had to discard her. So they started having problems. The mother of this girl knew about their relationship, because there are screenshots where she was saying, I thought you were a good person. I told you what I went through with my previous relationship, but you came and did the same thing with me. And he was like, I was a good person then when I was, keeping you company. When I was sleeping with you, I was a good person. Now I'm a bad person because I'm not there with you. That was how, he left this girl. She was writing him, telling him she was in New York that time. He should send money so that she would come and, he should come to New York and come and meet her in the hotel. So it's like they travel everywhere. So this guy would go anywhere with any length to sleep with women. That was like his parole. But guess what? They call him Alfa. Some of his friends call him coded Alfa. The people that know that he keeps secrets call him coded Alfa. This person I'm talking about, he has, I believe, 5 siblings. I believe there are 5. He has a brother who ran for government, to be a governor in Lagos State. I guess the last race. He has another brother who works in a television station. He has 2 other sisters who are from his mom. Then he has one sister who is from another father, who is not from same father but same mother, and then him. But the sister who is not from same father is not in communication with the family. So this guy happens to be a Muslim. His family is they are Muslims, but his 2 sisters are Sele people. Sele is like a celestial church, so they go to Sele, the white garment church. So getting back to the story, he had this girl that he was servicing. She was cooking for him, warming up the bed for him also, because obviously that's what they're doing. But she got carried away. She then wrote him and said, I feel really bad that your family are coming, because where would I be if they're here? Like, what would my position be with you? Then he wrote her and said, they have to end it because you cannot keep your mouth shut. Can you imagine that? I said, why would you tell somebody that they cannot say things when you are with them? Maybe juju be that. So at the end of the day, he broke their communications with that girl. He pretended, told her he had problems, that he has to bring his family, and stop communicating with her. Later on, he started going out with another person. Mind you, as he was going out with that girl, he had other akatas. So this is a guy that would go to Facebook, because there's a lot of his screenshots that we do have. So he would go to Facebook, he would sign people up for their religious programs on WhatsApp. So whatever females he has their number, he will start calling them, saying that he's just calling to check up on them because he was a religious leader at their mosque. So he's saying that he's calling to check up on them, but he was calling for his own agenda. And innocently, I guess some of them did not know, some of them knew. Some of them wanted to play the game, so they played the games with him. Like I said, we're going to go through some of the story today, and then probably we'll come back with another episode. As I was saying, that one, he discarded her like that, because he got to realize that at that point, she only had green card. He needed somebody that had citizenship right away. So he, out of desperation, of course, he tossed her out. But I guess he wanted to use her too. Maybe he would tell her, keep it secret until I get my papers. And then at the end of the day, he would discard her. But I guess her Eleda helped her. And that was how she was upset that it happened like that. But I would say your Eleda rescued you, that you were able to escape. As he was going out with her, like I said, he had other African Americans. He had other Africans that he was going out with. Bunch of people. if you guys see all these screenshots and all the people that this guy was going out with, you call him Shinarambo. But if you see this guy as people think that he is this religious person, you'd never believe that that's him doing all the atrocities that he's doing. So he has this other woman at their place of worship. At that time, she was still in medical school. But, you know, even when you're in medical school, you can still be doing your doctor things and all that at work. So she was working also. She had one child, or she has one child, who is a girl. This guy and this woman knew quite right that this woman was married. She is married. She has a husband in Nigeria. This woman is a Hausa woman. She has a husband in Nigeria. When the husband was coming, she was sad, writing him. I don't know if I should start bringing out screenshots. She was sad, writing this coded Alfa. They call them Alfa. Now they call them coded Alfa. You know, be Alfa. But then the girlfriends code them as Alfa. Now only then they call them Alfa because they code it. When they are with him and other people, they will call him Alfa. When they are by themselves, they call each other useless names. You know? So, this Hausa woman, like I was telling you, knew quite right that he was also married. But they will say Islamically he can marry more women. I get it. But remember, America, you cannot marry 2 women. But she happens to be married in Nigeria. Her husband is in Nigeria. Her husband too. It was not here. So, husband was coming in the screenshot that I read. She told him she's so sad that her husband is coming now. She's going to miss him. And this guy was like, oh, I cannot imagine him, you know, sleeping with you. He's sleeping, you know, with you. You're my property now, sort of. When her husband was around, he called a few times and he got upset that she did not pick up the phone. He wrote, I'm so sad right now because we cannot be together. And I cannot keep thinking about what I'm thinking about in my head right now. And then in another screenshot, he wrote, I had a dream about your husband chasing me in the dream. I really was scared. So in my mind, I'm like, why won't husband be chasing you? You are sleeping with a married woman. You had full chest knowing that you're sleeping with a married woman. And then you want husband not to chase you in your dream. Oh, tirin kaka. Zaka gabu. So they kept doing their nonsense. However, this Hausa lady had another woman who happened to have a girl that she wanted to give him. Because she told him, oh, you can use my daughter. You can marry my daughter for real. She does not mind being your second wife. Those desperado women, you know. And this daughter she wanted to give him was really young. The daughter had already given birth to a child for one akata. So those kind of one family maybe say they could just open leg for everybody. So she gave birth to one child already. So of course, madam is looking for where she will put her child. So she was like, I will give you my child. She can help you do the card, your green card, and you guys can remain married and all that, like that. But this guy was also going out with her friend. But he told the friend, who is a doctor, not to tell those people. And of course, doctor too knows she already told them that she's married, so she does not want them to know. So he will keep a track of when, because this is like a community now. So he would, and they had other people living around them because those people rented houses in areas that were cheaper. So she would write him and say he should come now. Coast is clear. Then he would say that he does not want to come with his car. He would take Uber so that nobody sees his car parked at her house. You see, say, this guy really decoded. He would park his car at his own house, right? He would go down to Boston because there was a certain time he moved to Quincy, but he would go back to their Roxbury or Boston or whatever. I believe it's Roxbury or Boston, somewhere there, and go and do his paro. This will be 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, when people are already settled. That's when she would text him that, oh, the friends are not here anymore. Or he would say, oh, this person is with me, don't talk. So usually what he loves doing is texting women. He does not like calling. He loves texting. So he would text. He can be chatting with 5 women at the same time. So when he was with this woman, this married woman, she did not know that he was with another person. The other person was a twin. She's a twin. He wanted to marry that one too, but God saved her that her mother refused. Because when the mother cried out, because that one was married before, and whoever she was married with, she went through hell. So it was like a bunch of another domestic violence that she had to leave that husband. They were not in this state before she moved back to the state. So she was interested in him. They were having their own flame too. However, the mother was the one that rescued her, because other people told the mother that they want to use your pikin for paper. But this girl too is one of the babes that he was, going out with. They will be calling each other Alfa, brother, sister, when they see other people. But there was no brother, sister anywhere. The guy was, hammering all of them. So he would call them with video calls. He would call this twin, this one that I said was a twin. He would call her with video call. He would call the other one that I said was doctor too, video call. All these people did not know that they were not the only people he was sleeping with at this time. But he knew how he was coding his stuff. At the end of the day, he kept doing it. Guess what Madam Doctor wrote him? She started, I guess, having too much feelings. In her screenshot, she wrote that she can divorce her husband and marry him. You just tell me what to do. But Bobowe be coded. Now told one of his friends that, see this Ashel, she was sleeping with me when she was married with somebody else. Me that want to use her for paper. I now realize, say, she no even get the paper. Say now only citizen, green card she get that time. Right now, she has her citizenship. She just got the citizenship, I believe they said this year. I believe it was this year. Either this year or the end of last year. I believe she became a doctor last year, but got the citizenship, I believe, this year. I'm not sure. I have to look back into my investigation. So, like I was saying, this one was ready to leave husband that she had a child for, to be with this one that she does not know that is for Lumo. That she does not know that na paper they look for. So he now ran off because she started requesting that I sent you a Facebook request and you did not grant it. You know that I sent you a Facebook request, you did not grant it. Why? He was like, oh, he does not like having people on social media. Evil eyes. Evil eyes. Uncle Evil Eye knows his paro. So that time, immigration started knocking on Akata, I guess. Akata told them, hey, you know they here with me. He dey Boston. Akata told them how they started. Well, he paid me to be with him. But yes, in they sleep well with Akata. Imagine say they sleep with person who reach your mama age. This guy was born in 1970. Let me see. I can't precisely even remember. Make I see if I can remember it. We know they keep things like that for our head. Let's see. Anyway, forget the age. But he was born in the 70s, late 70s. So people will know who I did talk about. This guy, they sleep with Akata. They do all kinds dirty style with Akata. Even imagine person wey be say he went with Akata. He stated that he paid Akata, but at the end of the day, He was sleeping with Akata. They were living like husband and wife for real. Some people will say they did paper, but they are not together with the person. This one was there, like life. Giving Akata head. I can't even imagine. Now they hear say Nigerian men, they go for older women, old, rich, your mama. Me, I think say they know they do that one. No. I don't know say, paro ni bobonche. He will now come back to Boston and be lying to people that, oh, he just paid Akata. Not knowing that Bobo was drilling Akata's puna. You know, you go to Florida, go fuck Akata, come back to Massachusetts, continue, they fuck other women. Mind you, they say even when he did the Florida, other screenshots too, he was with other women. This is somebody that cannot do without women, I guess. What if for Birinche? Going back to his wife, Ninja, the one that we said is in London. She too, this guy was saying about her that she was with another man, that his daughter told her, his daughter told him, sorry, that mommy is seeing somebody else, mommy will soon be married. After all, you just sleep with somebody else for the London, you know, because that one was like, oh, I let you stay with women. So it was like a plan. You go get the paper. Me, I'm okay here. I no get husband. No, he say, Auntie Hijabis, they do her own. So he now found out that then they do Madame too for London. But mind you, Madame that is in London too did not have paper before, because he was saying that he told her to go back home and she refused to go back home, that she disobeyed him. This is a guy that likes control. He acts like he's a nice guy to all these women. At the end of the day, he shows them his narcissist side. So he then was telling this woman that, I told you to go back to Nigeria. You refused to go back to Nigeria. We've been apart for, I think they've been apart from 11 or 12 years now. Maybe they are together now, I know Sabi. But as at that time, it should be 11 as at last year, or 12, I don't know. However, this woman too in London went to file for asylum and lied that she does not know where he is, that he abandoned them. This is somebody that she was in communication with every day. So I guess it was a planned work from husband and wife to be using people to be doing whatever they need to do, because they have to have their greener pasture. So she lied to the UK government that she does not know where he is. She filed for asylum. Now they said she has paper. So they gave her papers because she was not able to go home for over 11 years or so. She left that child. Imagine leaving your own child for your 3 months child. I believe the child was 3 months or 6 months. I have to go back, like I said, to my documentation to look at it. But I believe that child was really small, because he was really small before mom decided to, abandon him with dad and his dad's mom. So dad's mom basically was the one taking care of the child and his two sisters, or one of his sisters actually, because the other one he said did not care. He said one of his sisters did not care either, but they were caring for the child because they wanted money from him and his wife. So the wife would always send him message that your family are just milking us, because they've been trying to bring the son in. I believe the son now should be around 11 or 12. And they've been trying to bring him in to the UK. But the family kept telling them, they said, they couldn't get visa, they couldn't get this, they couldn't get that. So the wife was telling him that your brother, who was campaigning for governor of Lagos State, stole all my money. I gave him money to use when he was coming so he can bring my child. He did not bring my child and he did not give me my money back. That he borrowed my money. He said he was going to pay it back. He did not do that either. And your mother is always complaining about money, 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 money. So she also was telling this guy that his mother was Yauko Bonvita. You know what they say somebody is Yauko Bonvita? That's somebody that likes to take things from people. Those kind of mother-in-laws that are only happy when you give them things. So they both were bitter that the people in Nigeria were using them because their son was there, so they had to keep sending money, but they were not happy about that. So wife would write husband that he needs to say this to his sisters. Husband would say, you say it. So they were like back and forth. But this guy also was said to be an arrogant person that would say any nonsense to his own family too. And the family too were calling him coded. That's why myself, I call him coded. Because they're saying the real coded person. Now only waiting he wants make you know. They say you they know. That if you there around and go fit keep person say you no go even know. Going back to Madam, a doctor that wanted to leave her husband. When this guy discovered that she did not have citizenship, because if you have citizenship, then you can file for somebody right away. But if you don't have the citizenship, you would have to wait. And or even if they got married when she had the green card, it would take longer. So he was looking for express. He ran off. So like I said, immigration was looking for him, so he had to move back to Florida. He moved back to Florida, so he had to stop working here. When he moved back to Florida, he was with Akata. Akata will be saying that money he wants. You see, say, it can't be more redundant for inside house. Because at that point, he did not have the work permit anymore. So he was teaching people with his computer stuff, like he used to do when he was working here in Massachusetts. So when Akata would ask for money, he would write all his friends and say, he would also write about his wife in London, saying that, look at her, he's paying this, he's paying that, she's not grateful. And after all, can you imagine, she's even with another, waiting in the column, man, that she does not know that his daughter has already told him all that. Later on too, there was another screenshot where they were writing that his daughter was stealing in school. Daughter they steal, no be wahala be that. Because they don't get time for daughter. Mama will dump daughter for house. She will say she's going to work. Or she will dump daughter. Daughter is always left by herself in the UK. You know, so when she calls dad, dad will say he cannot talk to. He's busy. So what kind of two irresponsible adults be that? Later, they said Pikin steal for school. This guy now started blaming wife that it's you. You know men sometimes, especially Yoruba men. When something happened, they'll say, Koba da ti babani. Koba di inkaburuku ti yani. So that was how he was telling her that after all, she's there with you. You are the one not taking good care of her. That's why she's stealing and all sort of things like that. And then she was telling him, oh, when I tell you to send this, you say UK government is giving us everything. Because mind you, they are getting all this health care, I believe. They are getting free housing and food and all that from the UK government. Because she was telling him, there was a screenshot where she was telling him that instead of bringing the child to America, that was the one that is in Nigeria, the son, they should bring him to UK because UK government will give free school fees and all that. So going back to my paro, you know, we'll be going everywhere, but at the end of the day, we go land where we want land. You know, I told you it's a long story, but it will be episode by episode that we'll be saying it, okay? So, as today hot, remember I told you that this guy was going out also with another twin? That twin has never, she has never had any child before. She did not have any child in her previous marriage that I told you she had issues with the husband. But she told this guy that he abused her and she had to leave. So, desperation, they were both thinking about being together. He was with her too. Don't sleep with her, do everything with her. But at the end of the day, they now found out that their genotype was an issue. But remember, even with the genotype issue, her mother did have findings because, of course, who would know that her daughter have been through domestic violence before and want you to go and enter another one chance? So the mother asked people from the mosque and they told her that this one, you don't ask everybody saying you want marry their pikin. You better run, send a paper you want use your pikin for. Be ya she keep the more money. Be Osha she fend your money. So he lost he stopped communicating with well, he was still communicating with doctor, because like I told you, he uses women. So he would sometimes send her a text, can I use your internet, can I use your this, can I use your that. This is a guy that is posting to other people that he's wearing designers everywhere. They don't know that it's women's money that he's using to be wearing designer. So at the end of the day, as the story they hot, he was in Canada. He was in Florida. He was looking for how to go to Canada because Akata's paper was not going through. So he was looking for how to japa to Canada. Then people started telling him that just, divorce Akata and marry another person. So he now started calling other people that, remember that I told you they have some kind of over 5 people where he married Akata, another female married another person too from that family or from that union, another man too. So it's like a lot of people in one cycle. They all went to like the same family. So immigration had been on some of them. So when immigration now came for him too, they were still on his case. Their lawyer now advised that he should still make sure that he's with Akata. Then he told her, oh yeah, he was really married to Akata for real, that he did not do any fraud, because immigration sent them a letter saying that it was fraud because they could not find him in Florida, the apartment that they said they were renting, that they went there and they said they were not there. Remember saying like money, now only women were in they use in like. So Akata, I guess, that was with him, got upset that, money they come inside as they come before. Akata was now looking that, you where I won't collect money from you, they won't come they collect money from me. All he was doing with Akata was sleep, sleep, sleep. So in all the screenshot, Akata was just screaming at him that, now sleep, 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 you want they sleep everywhere. He don't know that Rainbow be uncle. Uncle like to they sleep anywhere. So he will be buying pills, like pills upon pills, medication, sexual enhancement stuff to sleep with Akata. You won't give him hot. Akata will be say, he don't go receive from another place. Then he started complaining. Imagine, say you be a Niger guy, you say you they use person, and you can't they hurt you again, say then they sleep with Akata for outside. I don't even feel understand. I believe either he was 10 years, I believe Akata was over 10 years older than him. If you even see the Akata picture yourself, me say and say Chineke God, how this guy they take sleep with this girl. But some men and go fit enter any gutter. Concern them. Kilo kan. So, like I was saying, Akata packed out of the house that they were in because she was like, she cannot continue like this. Omolomo. She moved out. Then he started threatening Akata. You know how when you have Omoeko, he was Omoeko, or he is Omoeko, he is Egun. People from Badagry are called Egun. Isn't that what they call them? So, Akata moved out. Immediately Akata moved out. He started calling his jazz people. They call them Alfa. Well, the Alfas are meant to help you, but obviously, with the screenshot I got, he started calling his jazz people that the person that you said will not leave, she has left, oh. That the person that you said you will not leave, she has left. Ori Akata alone, ba free Akata. That's how Akata left. The jazz people were now telling him that he should not worry, that she will come back. So, at the end of the day, he went to the lawyer to told the lawyer that she moved out, this is what is going on. He started lying that it was abuse. Mind you, this is a guy that is a manipulator. So, each time he will write nonsense on Akata's phone. They can always do it. They will send you text and delete it sometimes. So he will write message, delete. Akata does not have record of what has been sent to her phone. But at the end of the day, when Akata moved out, Akatas, they like to fuck. So he would write her and say, oh, he wants to come and pick her up. He wants to come and do food and sleep. Tata say, "Oh, call your bami, oh your bami." Say, but chineke nima ba, kudina ye nima. So as time goes on, he manipulated one of his mosque members back in Boston. That one no say na jazz he take use find her too. Mind you, this guy knew this woman for over 3 years before he stepped out of this Massachusetts, but that woman never ever let him into her home because he was always trying to come to her home. She did not. It was like cat and mouse. She couldn't stand him. People that woman knew from that guy, like other guys, she welcomed them and they've been to her house before, but with that particular guy, she never let him in her home. And story has it that before he moved to Florida, I believe about 3 years or so, she's known this guy before he moved. So imagine not wanting to communicate with somebody, and then all of a sudden you started talking. Immediately this guy started talking to this woman. That is where you guys can be like, how did we know all this? It's from this woman that he, married, that we got all these stories from. Because he lied to her. She asked him before they started that, have you been with somebody? He said, oh, he's already divorced his wife. That he's single now. That he told her, oh, I was married, but she has too much issues. With the screenshot, he was like, she was just a problem. Imagine somebody that he had a woman, when somebody cannot even have one good thing to say about their partner is a problem. He was like, she was always nagging. She was always nagging, and she's a very dull person. I've tried to make her do things. There's nothing that she was successful in. That she's too dull. So now he feels he's in America. He has to upgrade women now. When they start trying left and trying right, the other old woman would not know how to do anything. I'm sorry for the one way they London, because if they talk about that one, say like one house get him married, like say in just pity her, marry her. But mind you, this London girl too, with the screenshot that this girl that he married found out, had problems with him about infidelity since from Nigeria. So she was telling him that I saw all your text messages. Like I told you, he operates with text. He does not call women often because he does not want their husbands to know that he's calling, or other people. So they call him coded Alfa. That's what his friends call him. So, like I was saying, he happened to be doing his infidelity in Nigeria because when he was in Nigeria, they were only married for 2 years before she left. That was his wife that was in London, that is in London right now. So she was only married to him for 2 years. However, during that period of their marriage, he was in the north because he was transferred to go and work with some companies in the north. So he would, shuffle back and forth. And we women sometimes want to know what is going on. So she would pick up his phone and she found out that he was cheating on her with multiple women. She confronted him. He denied it. That she was crazy. She did not know what she was saying. But in one of his texts, she later found out that he told the sister that don't mind her. She's not even romantic. She would just do like one mumu. That she would just be doing anyhow. That before, when I was in Nigeria, I was like her king. She dare not look at me and talk. Now because she's in UK, she's giving me back answers. And mind you, Madam that is in UK was calling him brother before when he was in Nigeria. So this is a guy that we say love power. So he was loving it. They said the day that she called him by name. Think I call him name. Look, I know who they talk about. You guys already know who I'm talking about, so I don't need to mention of name. They said the day that Madam called him by name, hey, they said he almost went crazy. Because she's been calling him brother. Some women, some Yoruba women will be calling their husband brother. I don't know which kind of brother be that one. When I don't see up, when I don't see down, which one come be brother again? I know sabi. But he and his sister, one of the sisters that I said is going to Celestial Church, that one will come and tell him that they said your wife is even doing voodoo on you. That that's why all the paper that you've been looking for, you've not gotten it, because she's been doing voodoo wherever she is. Say you see, say me and you no say just day oh. When we dey pray, but make we still dey pray, because even if you dey pray, these people wey wicked can still, you go feel fall victim for them. So that was how the sister was writing that she has alphas. That girl has alphas, that her Celestial Church pastor told her that she is the cause of his problem. That's why he's not having any papers. Because anytime he tells the wife that he has gotten one woman, that something will happen. So this doctor, I guess they wanted to use the doctor, this outside doctor too. He sent her picture to the wife where they London. That's how that one, Pafuka. But like I said, the other one that he was sleeping with, that had a child, that was a friend of his that happened to be a husband. That one, of course, he just wanted to sleep with that one and go. Or they could do the paper, since she's not married to the other guy and he wanted her to keep it secret, but since she couldn't keep it secret, he had to let her go because he does not want other people in his business and knowing what he does. After I told you that, he came back to Massachusetts because remember we said he was telling the affairs in Nigeria, the people that were doing jazz for him, that Akata did not come back as they said that she will come back. Those ones kept telling him, bring money. Then he told the woman that he came back here for, because he kept manipulating that one. He called her, oh, he loves her, he does this, and she told him she's not interested in marriage, that she does not want to marry anybody, that she just wants to be by herself. He's manipulated her to the extent that he kept calling like crazy. This woman that would not pick up his call started picking up his call. No be Jazz be that. Jazz started to walk where. So, as this woman started picking up his calls, she started noticing that she started liking him. This is somebody that she was hating before, that she couldn't even stand. Like sometimes she'll be with friends, she'll say, look at this one, he's calling me again. They will laugh because they've already known who she's referring to. At the end of the day, this guy immediately came back to Massachusetts, told her that he wanted to go see her family. Remember saying no get paper, right? So he has to tell her sweet things. Unknown for this girl no say na jazz they work. She now told him that let them do tahajjud, let them do there's this prayer that Muslims do. I can't seem to remember what it is called. It's like istihara. It's called istihara. Istihara is when you pray, when you do a prayer to find out if you should do something or if you should not do something, like a guidance or something from Allah, from God. So she kept telling him that they should do istihara. He's like, oh, can't you see you're a woman, you cannot stay without getting married, you should not say that. She was like, I've not been with any man, I just want to be by myself because I've been through abuse and I don't want to go through any nonsense anymore. That's why I'm facing my life, I'm facing my career. He manipulated her, but like we said, it was the jazz that was working. The woman that I told you that did not open the house for him for 3 years now started opening house for him. She opened her door for him. They sat down, talked. He started telling her Islamically, he just wants them to marry straight. That because if they are doing boyfriend girlfriend is wrong Islamically. Don't get me wrong. I'm not very versed in the Quran, but I do know that's the truth. But it's still manipulation because he manipulated her. Because this guy we're talking about is very versed in the Quran. So he manipulated her. And remember I said jazz is working. So he started telling her to start calling her family. So the family said to her, this guy is just here to use you. Welcome to Sharing Life Issues. I see that more of you are coming in. So, that this guy just wants to use you. But, you know, when somebody is just, you're not in your senses. How would you know that somebody is using her when you're being controlled by the spirit or something? You know, it's like going to a psychic saying that, okay, they should perform this evil thing on somebody. They are not functioning with themselves. They don't know what they're doing. So unconsciously is how she has been operated. So she then started telling her family that if it were me that don't have the paper, would you see that it's because of the paper that I want to be with a guy? Then she told him, my family don't want me to marry you. And I told you I don't feel okay. I don't want to marry. He kept telling her that Islamically you cannot say you don't want to marry because somebody hurt you before. That you have to marry. She was like, no, she does not want to marry. Because she has been through hell. Because she helped a guy before and he betrayed her. She's like, I don't want to have to go through it again. She's like, I made the other person that I was with before. And he betrayed me. That he did not have a penny too. Like you now. He's like, so I don't want any problem. I don't want any drama. But he manipulated her either way. This girl called her family, like I said. They refused to be part of it. They were like, he just met you. You guys have to wait. So she told him that I would help you. However, I don't want to get married to you. That let's do it in the right way. Go and find your paper in the right way and I'll be there to assist you. That don't do marriage fraud. He's like, oh, I'm not marrying you because I want to do fraud. I really love you. Then she was like, you really love me? But history has it that you've asked almost half the people out. He was like, that's not true. That's a lie. They are just lying against me. She was like, okay, because she was like, people lie against people sometimes. So maybe they're just lying. Maybe this guy is innocent. Not knowing that Uncle was really a Ronaldo. As time goes on, there was this imam that this guy happened to be a friend to. They're very close. They've had like apartments together. They stayed together and all sort of things. So this guy from nowhere told this girl that they have to get married immediately because Trump was changing the rules. I believe that time Trump was saying that if you're married, even if you're married, you cannot have your papers or so. I believe that was what was happening. So, and he has not gotten his papers. So he was worried about it. And remember, Akata is still there. He has not divorced Akata. He has not divorced Akata and he lied to this girl that there was nothing between them. He completely lied to her. She asked him severally. This guy picks the Quran. You see how some people cannot even be respectful to the Quran? That's why I said these days that you have to know who is your pastor, who is your imam. Because we have a lot of people in the prayer place that are not practicing what they preach and I know who we think they are. This guy picked up the Quran and was swearing to her that he has never slept with Akata. He has never done anything with Akata. You know? He denied everything about the African American, that it was not true. Innocently, things started happening. This girl started having problems with her family because everybody was against it, that you're going to get hot. Because this is obvious that this guy came to use you for papers. And believe me, this guy is not divorced. He told you that he was divorced. He's not divorced, that he's just lying. So she was like, why are you guys so harsh on him? This is somebody that prays a lot. I believe him. He reads the Quran a lot. Make you fear people where they even read Quran these days. I tell you. And you see somebody, some of these, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong. Again, listen to comprehend. And don't come here saying that I'm saying that people that read Quran are not good people. Or people that read Bible are not good people. However, a lot of them that we find out these days are the ones committing all these atrocities. So you find out that people are saying that it's better to even be with somebody that has tattoo all over their body than somebody who is pretending reading Quran every minute. You know, see me, they touch Quran now. So, but I don't really understand why we cannot be ourselves. So my own thing is, say who you are, and if they want to accept you, they will accept you. I always tell people, I always tell my members at Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami, that they need to come with clean hands, always, in their dealings. Be it a guy, be it a female. You always have to come with clean hands. If you do not come with clean hands, then you're messing with another person. Do you think God will forgive you? You might think that you're going to get away with it. But maybe it's not even you. Maybe your own children will be the one that will pay for what you've done to other people. Sometimes people don't fight back. But there's something called a leader. Your spirit will fight for you. He kept going with this girl. As he was going with this girl, he started telling her bad things about his mosque members. He was telling her that people were saying bad things about her so that he would disconnect her from them. Did you see where this thing is coming? So this is manipulation working now and jazz working at the same time. So he made sure that he isolated this woman from other people that would have maybe rescued her or told her that this is who he is. So he told her, oh, don't work with, this woman said this bad thing about you. She said she commented on one of your pictures and you said that you ignored her and stopped talking to her that because she was saying she cannot believe this is you. And he told that woman he was with that other woman said that she was crazy, that she has bipolar, that she's psycho. Why would you be comfortable with somebody talking about the person you said you married? Because mind you now, he already manipulated this girl, brought that hypocrite Alfa that I told you about, and they had a secret marriage. This girl did not know he had other wives that he has not discarded. Thinking he was telling the truth that he was not married. Well, like I said, jazz is working. What is jazz? When they invoke their spirit to, you know, be on you too. So, that was how they kept going. This imam came over, like I said in the other story, did their akidu. Akidu is like, like the nikah. He told this girl she should not tell any of her family, like we said before. But she insisted that she has to tell at least one person in her family. That I did not fall from the tree. I have to tell somebody. He was like, oh, evil eye. Evil eye. Remember your family were not happy about this? I believe there's something going on with your family that they don't like you. They don't want you to even move further because they want your glory and all that. He manipulated her. She wanted to invite her friend, one of her friends too. He refused and said, oh no, you cannot invite anybody. Let it be that the imam told him, he said the imam told him that they don't even need to invite anybody. That it can be him and just her. However, where God will do it, he insisted he wanted one of his friends to come over. Because that friend has been his friend since he came to America. So one of his friends was present at that akidu. So it was him, her, and the imam and the friend. Remember, you always need a witness when you're getting married in Islam. So like I said, they called one of the sisters at that time. The sister was not happy about it. The girl too did not know what was going on. She told the sister that he's making everything so fast. But it's because of this paper. But she did not know that she was under the influence of jazz. This story is so long. Should I stop here for today or should I keep going? Because I don't know if my Nigerian people have the data to continue, or we should put another episode in another time. You guys can write a comment if you want me to stop or if you want me to keep going, because the story too much. So like I was saying, I'm just looking to see if I see any comments or all that, so that way I can respond to you guys and stuff like that. That's why I'm looking at the other side. So as we were saying, they got married. This girl was like, I'm not comfortable with this secret marriage. Why would we be married and people don't know that I'm married? And he was like, well, you like publication. That's why evil spirit comes in. That you need to leave that. We cannot do things like this. That believe me, if you do, if you tell people about it, then it will be a problem. That you cannot tell people about it. Because people don't like, that people don't like anything good. You know? That people don't like anything good, that if anybody knows about it, it will be a problem. Because remember, he has already manipulated her and disconnected her with some people at their praying place, because he's told her that they're bad people. This particular woman that he said to her, that said she was crazy, he told this girl that this woman always tells him things about her private. That when a woman does that, what is that? And then she said, why would she be telling you things about private? He was like, I don't know. I'm just wondering. She even tells me about her period and things like that. So she was like, you as a Muslim man know it's wrong. For a married woman to be telling you about her things, that's wrong. He was like, oh, they're just friends. And she told him, I'm not comfortable with your friendship. If you will be with me, you have to know that there will be boundaries. I'm not saying don't be friends with females, but I want to know your female friends, and I want them to be aware that we are married. He was like, oh no, they're going to spoil everything, that she should just wait and she should not let the cat out of the bag right now. Unknowing for this girl that even that woman that this guy was talking about into the paro with her. This woman was not in Massachusetts, but she's 2 hours away from Massachusetts. So when he was in Massachusetts, she was always present when they had their prayer things. When this guy left, she stopped going there too. Doesn't that tell you? See, when I don't they get that one will tell you something about this story. But when they are together with other people, they communicate alpha. But when this woman did with her, the screenshots where she told him, let me check the screenshot. I believe she wrote, I'm trying to see, you know me, I don't like to lie. I want to say it as it is. So I have to check for the screenshot. Let me just see. She was like, Okponure, that you are always deleting messages. Why are you always deleting messages? That was on her Instagram. So this woman will send him message via Instagram, via WhatsApp, because that's how they operate. You know why they do that? Because they have those two-step verifications where they code it, they put codes so other people don't get into their phone. That was how crazy this shit was going. This woman that I was talking about, this other one that she has 3 children too. She's married. This one is a nurse. She was LPN nurse before she became, I believe they said she just graduated and became a nurse now. I don't know if she has started working with it, but she was working as a LPN. I believe the LPN is like the small version of the nursing, whereby they usually work at group homes, or some of them work with what do you call it, like senior housing or whatever they call it. Some of them work at the hospital too, I guess. But I'm just trying to tell you about this, that this woman have husband though. She will send him this guy messages midnight. She cannot sleep. Babe, she cannot sleep. They will send all kinds of provocative things to this guy. Person will get husband. Person will get 3 children. Person will don't marry. Person where they call herself Alaja. As time goes on, he told his new wife that she calls me bestie, but I don't like her. But give me time, I'm going to discard her. Because I believe I heard a lot of bad things about her. They said she's a useless wife. That's what he was telling his new wife. Oh. Can you see how dangerous this guy is? He told his new wife that I'm going to discard her, that she's always calling me, that she will say that, oh, she's depressed, that there was a time she said she was depressed. They did not know that his new wife saw everything. What cured her depression, how she was depressed, how he went to cure the depression. That one has the screenshots of how they cured and videos of how they cured their depression. But this same woman went to party, acted like she does not. So he was telling this woman that that woman is like Omo Eko, that those kind of Sale Eko girls. He said she was from I have to look at the messages sent to me to remember where they said she was from, but she was from Lagos anyway. She was not mainly a Lagosian, but she lived in Lagos, but she was from another, she's Yoruba. So let's leave her state for another day. Because these people, they para. So he said, the wife said that he told her that this woman was a wayward woman, that but he wants to keep her for now, that she should give him time, he would discard her, that because she's a very useless woman, that she was telling her that he used to look at her and her other friends, that they act like lesbians. Because he showed her a video of her and her 3 friends, that they were all together doing like they were kissing each other's breast on their WhatsApp status. So I'm like, why would a husband even feel comfortable to be going to other women's WhatsApp status and be copying their videos? Doesn't that tell you something about the guy that does that? That's a serial cheater. Once a guy cannot control himself, then you have a problem. You see, once you are in a marriage and somebody has issues with cheating or being an abuser is something that you can never cure. No matter how you do, it will be like one person building that home and the other person destroying the home. So, as I was saying, this guy would tell her how crazy that woman was. He would tell her how awful she is to her husband, but she was then like, okay, so why are you with her? He was like, she understands the Quran, but she's always pretending, calling me that she needs something about the Quran. She needs something about the verse. But I'm just telling you, women like me. I'm just telling you, they want me to sleep with them, but I'm not sleeping with them. Later on, as God will have it, the same women that were doing parole with this guy, some of them started, I think maybe the guy who came for his wedding, I think they said, started telling people that he remarried, but he's not telling people. But mind you, he told his wife that they cannot tell people because he wants to get his green card first, because all the people at their mosques mocked him and they did not let him marry their child, so he wants to show them, and he does not want them to know that he got his papers through marriage. So he told her to make a promise. He told her to hold the Quran and make a promise to him. You see how people manipulate people? So this girl could not talk. She could not talk. They can't use Quran. Start to manipulate people again. Oh. Imagine somebody telling you that don't tell people anything and you need to swear with God that, you know, you are for me. So each time, at first she said she did not want to do that. Like, what warrants all this? And he was like, oh, it's because you have it and I don't have it, that's why you're acting this way. You don't know what I'm going through, what I went through, that all the people over there are bad people. So she was like, they are bad people. How come you are still one of their leaders at the mosque if they are bad people? He then told her that he is just keeping himself there because he's looking for students. So you see how people will manipulate you and be posting that they are preaching to you. You don't know that it's something else that they are looking for. So she now told him that, Uzu billahi minash shaitani rajim. So it's because of people that you are looking for to be students. That's why you are in the mosque. So why are you lying that you are preaching every night? Then he started having problems with her. That, hey, you complain about everything. He is just trying to tell you that this is it as a wife. Instead of you to understand. She's like, what is there to understand? If I ask you this, you tell me they commented because they are seeing your update. That each time he will post pictures of him, he would borrow her card, borrow her, what do you call it, credit card or her bank card. He will take it and buy clothes, buy designer stuff. He will go to places that sometimes she said he will buy used designers. Sometimes he will buy new designers. She said there were two of his friends. Remember the last time we talked about the two, what did I even name them? Two clowns or whatever. So one of that friend and the other friend that I told you that came to their Akidu, they usually used to innocently buy clothes from him, thinking that he buys it directly from the designers, not knowing that this guy was going to another site to buy it for them. Then they would tell him they want to use their card. They would know their story. One of the friends is the friend that he's using his paper. Imagine the person where they help you too. They do the person where they help you too. You know, she said this guy they craze. That is where that girl should have known that she is with a danger zone. If you can be betraying somebody that helped you, gave you paper too to be using, but you now buy things for him and now times it into how many times and sell it to him. No be juju be that person will help you. Fine, they are doing fraud. I'm not in support of fraud. But what I'm trying to make you guys comprehend is how would somebody help you and at the same time you are okay with cheating them? That kind of person is very evil. This girl said that same guy that he's using his paper, did not know that they were married. But that guy could send something and he kept asking him that, coded Alpha, I heard, you have somebody. He's like, he does not have anybody. That he will let him know. So he was telling the wife that this guy that I'm using his paper, he's very money conscious, that all he likes is money. That even the paper that I said I will even be using, the money that the tax money that he started whining about is nothing, but he's refusing to give me back my taxes. And at the same time, he is demanding that I give him money for his children's tax. I guess during the COVID, there was something that was going on. If you have kids, they will give you, I think they gave everybody something. I guess so they were having issues with that because person is selfish. Of course, he looks at it as his right. So he started getting irritated, told that girl that this guy is giving me a hard time. I don't want to give him any dime. That I'm the one working with his paper and he's here wanting to get all the money from me. That he told me to do, what's it called? What do you call this? Is it 401k? I believe it's 401k or something. That he told him that he should put that in so they can be taking out money. Then he told the wife that how would I be taking out money when he will be the one getting it for retirement? That he then refused to do that. He said, but that guy told him that he should be taking out, I think, some percentage out of maybe, he told her, maybe he's lying, who knows. Remember, we said this one a good liar. So he told her that the guy that he was using his paper said they had to take out some percentage from his money, from the payroll, that he should sign it like that. He was really bitter about it. He was like, I'm not gonna, I have to find another means. This one is really annoying because I don't know what he thinks he is. And then he keeps calling me like I'm his girlfriend. Like he would talk to me for 2 hours talking about other friends. And mind you, the same guy that gave him paper gave other people. They even say maybe another person was a Cameroonian. This one a Nigerian guy, so but maybe they gave another. I think they said it was a. I have to look at it. I think it was a Cameroonian or some guy from another country. Anyway, they gave the paper to. So the other guy was having issues with him. So the person that he was then using his paper called him and was telling him. Then he was like, that guy must have been through hell with him. He does not know that me too, I'm going through hell with him. Because all he likes is money, money, money. And he's like, he does not know that I know what he's using all of us for. Because now that he has it on his record that he has more job, he went to get a lot of credit cards. And they gave him more money because they look at it like he has 3 jobs. So they gave him more money. And he used the money to buy all this. I guess that time they were doing their, what is it that these people do? Is it Bitcoin or, I believe those things that you put money into, I guess that's what it is. So he was like, he put a lot of money into that he was just maxing it because he got a lot of money that he borrowed from this COVID money that they were giving. I guess, I don't know if they don't return the money or whatever, but they said he got the money and he was not intending to do that because he was like, he was saying that he will file for bankruptcy, he will file for this. So the wife now said, why are you walking around with people that are criminals? That because that's crime. And he was like, oh, I need to stop telling you things because now you are overdoing things. Because I'm telling you things as a husband and here you are, you know, saying that it's a bad thing that we're doing and things like that. So that was how he started going outside to pick up calls. And mind you, whenever anybody called that home or called her or called him, he would tell that girl that she should make sure that nobody hears his voice or her voice when he's talking because he wants them to keep it secret. Oh, let's keep our marriage secret until I get my papers. So he continued his madness. However, he was still keeping all those exes from their prayer place. All them married women, them boku, like this, there were a lot of married women that he was still sleeping around with. So I guess there's a saying that once you leave somebody, you cannot leave them sometimes. Probably he slept with them. He's known how they do their paro. And he feels they are married. They are not going to come back and say that they have children. So he continued the nonsense with them while he was married to this girl. So I guess maybe we would need to end the show here today. And I'll be coming back on the next episode to tell you the remaining stories. Like I said, it's a long story. But we have to take it bit by bit. It's your girl, Her Excellency Hajia Ami. And thank you for always coming to Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Hajia Ami. Like I said, this is a support group where we do talk about everything. So bring your stories because we like to share real life stories so that people, you and I, can learn so that we don't be victims. Because there are people that have been victims innocently. Look at this story now. There is physical, how would I even call it? There's a lot of abuse in there. Financial abuse was there. Emotional abuse was there. Spiritual, that's where jazz comes in, was the main culprit. So, may God help me and you. Let's not be their victims. Okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La yaduru ma ismihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis samai wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La yaduru ma ismihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis samai wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. A'udhu bi kalimatillah atamat min sharri ma khalaqa. A'udhu bi kalimatillah atamat min sharri ma khalaqa. A'udhu bi kalimatillah atamat min sharri ma khalaqa. Rabbi najini wa alimi mal ya'maluna. Rabbi najini wa alimi mal ya'maluna. Rabbi najini wa alimi mal ya'maluna. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa hayyul qayyum. La ta'khuzuhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fi samawati wa man fi al-ardi. Man zal ladzi yashfa'u indahu la bi izni ya'lam ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum wa la yahituna bi shay'in min ilmihi la bima sha'a واسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يهوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. May the Almighty Allah continue to protect you and I. And anybody that tries to harm us, may they harm themselves. Because over here at Sharing Life Issues with Her Excellency Ami, we know they talk lie. We say the truth at every given time. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a lovely day, and I will see you guys soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a lovely day. All right, so I guess that's about it for tonight, and I'll be sure to let you guys know when we would have the next episode, okay? Okay, have a good one. Love you. Bye-bye.